Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Shrawan. The top stories first. Government rescues stranded Nepalese on its own expenses, lifts travel ban on foreign investors and their families. NCP meeting ends inconclusively. Top leaders fail to forge understanding ahead of standing committee meeting. Pharmaceutical companies alarmed by unchecked sales of sanitizers demand quality control and checking before sale. Coronavirus cases in India reach 1 million. Authorities impose fresh lockdown. And Real Madrid wins La Liga title. Barcelona beaten by Osasuna. And now the news in detail. The Council of Ministers has decided to bring back stranded Nepalese from abroad on government expenses. The decision to spend money from the state coffers was taken after the Cabinet recently endorsed the work procedure to bring back its stranded citizens. It has been decided to bring back the stranded citizens with the fund allocated for foreign employment fund set up for the coronavirus affected persons. Government spokesperson Yuvaraj Khatiwada made the confirmation during a regular press meet yesterday. According to Minister Khatiwada, the government has also decided to ease travel restrictions on foreign investors and their families as well as staffers of multinational companies with branches in Nepal to visit the country. Officials of INGOs and technical staffers required for maintenance of machineries will be allowed to enter Nepal upon the recommendation of the concerned line ministry after fulfilling the required health standard and protocols. Minister Khatiwada, who holds the portfolio of Finance and Communication Ministry, informed that the government has decided to reduce renewal fees of media houses. A meeting of top leaders of the ruling Nepal Communist Party to resolve the internal dispute has ended inconclusively. Chairman duo of the party, KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal, had held talks to forge an understanding ahead of the standing committee meeting scheduled for today. Senior leader Madhav Kumar Nepal and General Secretary Bishnu Paudel had accompanied the chairman duo during the meeting held at PM's official residence in Balwatar on Wednesday. Informed sources said that Oli and Dahal held meetings for 2 hours but could not reach a common understanding. The government has confirmed 167 new cases of coronavirus in Nepal. Ministry of Health and Population confirmed the new cases yesterday after tests carried out at different labs across the country. With this, the total number of coronavirus cases in Nepal has reached 17,344. Meanwhile, health authorities yesterday discharged 213 persons after their recovery from the disease. So far, 11,249 persons have fully recovered from coronavirus in the country.
कोभिड-19 बाट संक्रमण मुक्त भई गत 24 घण्टामा डिस्चार्ज हुनेको जम्मा संख्या 213 छ। आजसम्म डिस्चार्ज हुनुहुने 11,249 हुनुहुन्छ। आज जम्मा संक्रमित हुनेहरूको संख्या 167 छ। हाल सक्रिय संक्रमितको संख्या 6,056 छ र आजसम्म संक्रमण मुक्त भई जाने र सक्रिय संक्रमित गरी जम्मा 17,344 जना हुनुहुन्छ।
The government has tested over 303,000 samples through PCR method till date. At present, 23,500 persons are kept in quarantine facilities across the country, informed spokesperson at Health Ministry, Dr. Jageshwar Gautam. The deadly disease has claimed 39 lives in the country. The temporary staffers at Nepal Airlines Corporation staged a protest against the management's decision to not extend such employees' contracts expiring by mid-July. The corporation has stated the tenure of such employees cannot be extended due to COVID-19 crisis, but the staffers have been demanding for an extension of the contract. The NAC administration earlier decided not to extend the contract of 145 employees, citing the closure of flight services due to the risk of COVID-19 infection. NAC has been struggling with economic crisis after the lockdown and therefore cannot renew the employees' contract as it adds burden to its already fragile economy, NAC said. The employees have, however, announced protest programs against the NAC management. The employees have provided an ultimatum till Friday for the NAC management to reverse its decision. The staffers have urged NAC to take them back without any condition or to provide them with necessary compensation if they are being terminated. Ruling NCP-affiliated Tourism Labour Association, Unitravel, has expressed solidarity with the protesting employees. The corporation has informed it has been unable to extend the contract of employees working in NAC's management, airport, domestic station, among others, for the last 12 to 15 years. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The Association of Pharmaceutical Producers of Nepal has said all sanitizers currently being sold in the market must be quality checked and must be registered with the concerned authority without exception. Organizing a press meet on Thursday, Association of Pharmaceutical Producers of Nepal reiterated that sanitizers should not be sold without going through registration and quality checks. The association also condemned the government of turning a blind eye to the below-par standard sanitizers being sold in the market. With the government's decision to increase the deadline for the registration period to 3 months, the association has come out to protest. In the press meet, Vice President of the FNCCI, Umesh Lal Shrestha, said the government has time and again duped people with false promises, but said this won't be allowed to happen again.
नीति र नियतमा खोट छ यो हाम्रो सरकारसँगको नीतिको विरुद्धमा लडाई सित्तैमा रोक्नुहुन्न हामीले चकलेट खाएर ललिपप खाएर रोक्नुहुन्न हेर्नुस् 12-13 वर्षदेखि यस्तै आश्वासन लिँदै उहाँले खुवाएको ललिपप खाँदै मलाई डायबिटिजै भइसक्यो त्यसैले अब ललिपप नखाउँ यसलाई निर्णायक यो सेनिटाइजर भनेको सुरुवात हो है सेनिटाइजर अन्त हो अघि उहाँले सायद 30 प्रडक्टको पनि कुरा गर्नुभयो त्यस्तै अरू धेरै कुरा छन्.
The association's chairman Deepak Dahal reminded that these below-par standard sanitizers do not help in stopping the spread of coronavirus infection. He blamed the government of trying to bring the morale of the local producers down, even when an opportunity in the market has been created after India stopped exporting sanitizers.
विदेशबाट आयात गर्ने चिजलाई प्रायोरिटी दिने तर भाषणमा चाहिँ के भन्छ सबैभन्दा बढी राष्ट्रिय उद्योगको चाहिँ संरक्षण गरेको चाहिँ दुहाई दिने जुन किसिमको कुरा छ यसलाई तुरुन्त परिवर्तन गरेर हिजो सम्झौता गरिएका हिजो विज्ञ समूहले पेश गरिएका र भोलिसम्म पनि चाहिँ यो उद्योगले संरक्षण पाउनुपर्ने नीतिगत सम्बोधनको लागि नेपाल सरकारसँग अनुरोध गर्छु.
The stakeholders have been urging the government to motivate the local producers at a time when import is controlled by others and might create a scarcity in the market.
थप दर्ता समय अवधिमा केन्द्रित रहेको छ. यस सन्दर्भमा स्वदेशी उत्पादकबाट आत्मनिर्भर भइसकेको वर्तमान समयमा सेनिटाइजर लगायतको कुनै पनि औषधिहरूको आयात तुरन्त बन्द गर्न व्यवस्था लागू गर्न.
The association has showed their disappointment at the government's favoritism towards the imported sanitizers whose quality checks are completed within a week, while the locally produced products are not even given clearance after months. citing that the Nepali pharmaceutical industries have been producing around 200 to 300,000 liters of sanitizers every day. They claimed that Nepal has already become independent in sanitizer production. Saza Yatayat, a public transportation company, resumed operation throughout the valley post-COVID-19 starting from yesterday. The transportation operator has adopted all necessary safety protocols while in operation as per the guidelines set by the government, informed Mahendra Raj Pandey, acting CEO of Saza Yatayat. 26 vehicles of Saza will now ply on all its route from 7 a.m. in the morning till 7 p.m. in the afternoon, Mr. Pandey further informed. The passengers also have to comply with basic safety measures in the bus like using masks and hand sanitizers. The commuters are also required to carry loose changes for fare. The public transport will avail 50% more fare from the travellers as determined by the government. Saza will be operational on routes that include Lagankhel to Godavari, Thankot, Lamatar, Balaju, Buranilkantha, Surya Binayak, among others. A swarm of locusts has been spotted in eastern Baque. The locust swarm entered Narayanpur rural municipality from Saraswati, India, and to Dadua rural municipality sharing border with Nepalganj. The local farmers have been agonized as the reportedly large swarm has started consuming crops in hundreds of hectares of land. The locust has the capacity to destroy recently planted paddies and vegetables, locals have said. Sagar Dhakal, head of Agriculture Knowledge Center, has requested the agronomists to remain sharp and take prompt action as the insect can damage a large number of crops in a relatively small time. The CDO of Nepalganj district has warned the farmers at Bardia to stay alert as the locust swarm can be seen traveling from west of Narayanpur. And now, the news from the economic front. Finance Minister Dr. Yuvaraj Khatiora has urged the staffers of the Internal Revenue Department to improve their behavior towards the taxpayers. Speaking at the inauguration program for the introduction of the new tax slabs for people with income less than 200,000 and for those that perform transaction less than 2 million, Dr. Khatiora directed all officials of the Revenue Department to improve their behavior towards these taxpayers. He added that the new system from Thursday will calculate the tax bracket, interest rates and fines through software, and therefore the officers won't have to calculate these figures manually. With the introduction of the new system and a clear idea about taxation amount, payment of taxes have been made even simpler. Revenue Secretary Ram Saran Purasaini expressed his confidence on the new system, stating that it is beneficial to the small taxpayers and will also make the payment of taxes simpler and easier. Director General of the Internal Revenue Department, Binod Kumar, added that the new system is user-friendly and added that the new system will help at least 500,000 people pay their taxes easily. The government had made the decision through this year's budget to create a taxation system for anyone with income less than 200,000 and for anyone with transaction less than 2 million. The Internal Revenue Department's new system, launched on Thursday, has created new taxation system and brought its online version into operation. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. The number of coronavirus cases in India reached 1 million today as infection numbers rose in the countryside, pushing authorities to reinstate lockdowns across several states. According to Reuters, India reported a record 32,696 new cases of COVID-19 disease caused by the novel coronavirus, bringing the total to 1,005,067. The country has so far reported 24,915 deaths, according to data from the Federal Health Ministry. The country of 1.3 billion people is behind only the United States and Brazil in the number of confirmed infections, and there is no sign yet of the curve flattening. India's testing rate is also among the lowest in the world in relation to its population. While major cities such as Delhi and Mumbai were among the initial hotspots of the virus in India, newer cases are emerging in the rural areas where healthcare infrastructure is much weaker. A fresh lockdown was imposed on Thursday in the largely rural eastern state of Bihar. Cases in the state have been rising after thousands of migrant workers returned from cities following a strict lockdown to contain the virus spread. The United Nations has warned that 265 million people could be pushed to the point of starvation by the end of 2020, with the first increase in global poverty since 1990 unless urgent action is taken. Humanitarian Chief Mark Lowcock made the single largest appeal in UN history yesterday, seeking $10.3 billion to mitigate the coronavirus pandemic and its deadly second-order effects, especially the global recession and the diversion of health resources. My message to the G20 is step up now or pay the price later, ABC News quoted Lowcock as saying. The UN launched its global humanitarian response plan in March, but has fallen short of its funding goals since then, generating $1.7 billion so far. The World Food Programme warned earlier this week that 10 countries already face a deep food crisis: Yemen, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Afghanistan, Venezuela, Ethiopia, South Sudan, Syria, the Sudan, Nigeria and Haiti, totaling 135 million people. You're watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Real Madrid wrapped up the Spanish La Liga title with a game to spare as they edged past Villarreal 2-1. French striker Karim Benzema opened the scoring on the 29th minute as he fired between the legs of Sergio Sancho and added a controversial second on 77th minute from a retaken penalty as Madrid won the match 2-1. Vicente Iborra pulled one back, but it came a little too late as Real Madrid wrapped up their 34th Spanish title. Zinedine Zidane's side has won all 10 of their matches since Spanish football restarted in June. With just one game to go, Real now have an unassailable lead of 7 points. La Liga titles have been in shorter supply than Champions League triumphs for Real this decade, with only their third in the past 9 years. They won 3 successive European Cups in Zidane's first tenure, but had recorded successive third-place finishes since their previous domestic title, as rivals Barcelona were crowned champions. Real has been in scintillating form since the restart, and with Barcelona's defeat by Osasuna yesterday, the La Liga title was hoisted by the Los Blancos. The race for the Premier League top 4 has entered the final stretch with only 2 games to go for the season finale. Both Leicester City and Manchester United won their respective games yesterday as 3 teams are separated by just 2 points. Iozi Perez and Damari Gray scored for Leicester as they defeated Sheffield United by 2-0 and retained their 4th spot with 62 points and a goal difference of 31. Manchester United were also involved in a tightly contested match with Crystal Palace, which they won 2-0 thanks to strikes from Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford. The win also takes United to 62 points, but they are 5th in the table with an inferior goal difference of 28. The other team on the fray is Chelsea, who are on 63 points and currently claim the 3rd position. With Liverpool and Manchester City both guaranteed their top 2 places, the 3rd and the 4th places are shot by Chelsea, Leicester and Manchester United, who look to regain their Champions League status. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Government rescues stranded Nepalese on its own expenses, lifts travel ban on foreign investors and their families. NCP meeting ends inconclusively. Top leaders failed to forge understanding ahead of standing committee meeting. Pharmaceutical companies alarmed by unchecked sales of sanitizers, demand quality control and checking before sale. Coronavirus cases in India reach 1 million. Authorities impose fresh lockdown. And Real Madrid wins La Liga title, Barcelona beaten by Osasuna. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website, JanataSamachar.com. We urge all our viewers to follow healthy hygienic practices to keep safe from any infection. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.